Today, Jordan and I compiled a list of 9 female figures that should be on the new updated Black Widow body. So stick around and let's see what we came up with. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Strong Collectors Podcast. I'm your host Dakota, here with my co-host Jordan, and today we are going to talk about 9 female figures that we think need to be on the new super articulated Black Widow body. So we came up with like a pretty solid, I'd say, 4 figures that for sure need to be put on this body. The other ones maybe could be on another one, but I think a lot of people are really excited about the new articulation here, but I don't think this body works for everyone because some of those figures that we were talking about that people want but maybe don't fit quite on this size. We had mentioned I think the Power Princess body is a better suited size for a She-Hulk. X-23 could use some pretty cool articulation, but I think it's on a little bit smaller size. So just because there's cool figures out there that we want updated doesn't mean this is the body for it. So,
but, you need your super articulated Aunt May, so that's a definite.
Right.
Can you imagine if they just randomly gave you like an Aunt May on that body for no reason?
They already update the VHS animated Aunt May. Same head sculpt, though.
Same head sculpt. Super articulated.
That would have been funny if she was like the very first one. It's like, oh, Aunt May needs the butterfly joints. For what?
Just give her like a, when she's making the wheat cakes, she can pull her arm back with a skillet or something.
And just totally like overlay her, because like it doesn't matter how articulated her legs are, her like hips. It's like, oh, she's got drop down hips. For what? She's wearing a giant skirt. Double jointed pinless knees. Yeah, exactly. If you remove the overlay, you'll be able to see. I have to undress Aunt May to be able to see.
We're already off the rails on this one.
We are off the rails.
All right.
Let's
get back on track.
My number one figure that I want on this updated body is an Elektra. Red classic Elektra. I've said it a couple times on the show. My Elektra right here is missing a foot because of, I don't know why, it just got stuck, and I said, let me try to move that without heating it up, and then snapped it off. But yeah, I mean, a ninja character like that, I think could benefit from being super articulated. Get her those butterfly joints to like rear back for a side stab.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I mean, I know you are banking on that red Elektra coming soon, so I think I did like the white one in the 3-pack, but I definitely think the classic red one is definitely due for an update. I've had that same one you have, and even with the foot on, Dakota, you're not missing out too much. So even if you had all the limbs and appendages, I think she'd still need an update, which that one seems pretty likely to me, and that kind of seems like a no-brainer for the super articulated body.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. I mean, then that's the thing too, is like I actually do really like that Shriek body. The figures on that I think are still pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I think the real benefit of the Black Widow one is the added ab crunch with the like diaphragm joint. That's probably my favorite part of it. So, and then another one that, I mean, maybe that's just me. I'm the one that wants the Elektra, but I think what a lot of other people are hoping for is an updated Black Cat, because we've gotten the retro Black Cat, and wasn't there another one that was like a decent one? Was it like a Hobgoblin wave maybe? Because I know the Kingpin one was a little bit like a
they were
different costume,
similar, but a little bit different. But yeah, the retro. I had the retro one not too long ago. I think I got it in a lot. Which is fine, but I definitely think, it could use an update. I think that's a character that, people would be pretty excited for, especially because it doesn't work as well like with your Spider-Man displays if you have these super articulated Spideys that are coming out, and then you have like a Black Cat or the same thing with like a Daredevil or an Elektra. It's always cooler when you can have them both in those pretty dynamic poses. So I could see a Black Cat coming. You think that would be like a retro thing or a regular thing?
I feel like it would be almost like a 2-pack. I feel like, I mean, maybe they would put like a super articulated figure in the VHS 2-packs. Just because I don't necessarily see it coming out in a Build-A-Figure wave, and I don't see them redoing Black Cat in the retro since she's already been in the retro line.
Yeah, just like on the blister card.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's where I think probably a 2-pack. But then also I'm like, I don't know who she would get packed in with, because if you're doing a super articulated figure, then you'd probably have to pack that in with somebody a little less desirable. And I'm not sure who that would necessarily be. Have we gotten a red Spider-Man in that wave yet? I don't think we have yet.
A what?
So, a red Spider-Man in that wave?
Just like a...
Yeah. Like red and blue. Just normal. Yeah.
No.
So,
no.
Maybe that? Because I don't think she would be packed in with like a Blade or Morbius or one of those that people would also really want. So, maybe like a J. Jonah Jameson and Black Cat or something like that. Or like a Harry Osborn civilian type of look. So, I don't know.
You never know.
Then we talked about going over to the X-Men, and I think if you stick with that same idea of Elektra as a ninja, and then you go with X-Men, Psylocke would need to be on the updated body. And they just did the Psylocke in the 3-pack, but we haven't gotten like a purple Psylocke since the Apocalypse wave, I think. Yeah. And that's been quite a while. So I think people would go for that.
That one still goes if you look at it. I think it's still in like the 40 to 50 range.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it wouldn't make sense for them to take advantage of people wanting it and also being on that new body.
Right. And pack her in with like, I think there was the 3-pack with Nimrod that came with swords and kind of like the longer like
energy beams or whatever.
Yep. Right. So I think that would be cool. Yeah, I think just all those ninjas need to be as articulated as, because does she have double joints? It's been a while. I've had her before, but
she does, to be
that's
honest.
what I was thinking too.
And that's the thing. I guess that's when we talk about, and we can maybe do this at some point too. I think we talked about that, like speculating on, what to sell or what might be coming up. That to me seems like one that'd be obvious that they could profit on, because it's like people are still paying X amount for an older mold.
We can stick with the X-Men here, and it's been a while since we've also gotten a Kitty Pryde, and I think because we've gotten the Emma Frost and Cyclops, I would assume that Hasbro's going to start rounding out the Astonishing X-Men, the Josh Whedon run, which I think that Kitty Pryde is the one that we have from, what even was that? Wasn't the Onslaught
the exclusive thing, or no?
Well, she was in the Marvel Unlimited exclusive, but I'm talking like, I think she was Juggernaut Wave, maybe.
The actual release. Yeah.
But she came with the like Magneto head of the Onslaught Build-A-Figure.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But it wasn't in that wave. I think that one's pretty close to a Astonishing X-Men look. So
yeah,
maybe that one's a little bit less likely, because also I don't think she goes for crazy money. I think the exclusive one is like $40-ish bucks. But still, I think we're going to get the rest of that team. So if they did put out Kitty Pryde again, I think having her on that articulated body.
I wonder though, should she be on a smaller build though, you think? I don't know.
Because she's more of an adult in that.
I feel like she's usually
story.
Portrayed as, I guess.
But yeah, she is kind of on the shorter side. So, but I don't know if she's that much smaller than a Black Widow. So I don't know. Let us know in the comments. Is Kitty Pryde deserving of the body, and then is it the right size? Is it a good match?
Break out your Marvel encyclopedias, folks. How tall is Kitty Pryde compared to Black Widow? But that would make sense too, because she's got kind of the ninja, like he's
Right.
the Wolverine trainer a little bit, and some ninja stuff, and she's got the sword at different times, and that would be cool. I wonder, that'd be cool if she even came with like a, I don't know how you do that. Maybe if they incorporated like with Spot. Remember how they did that for the Spider-Verse, where his like hand is like, I think that'd be kind of fun if you could like, I don't know, maybe that'd be more of a customizing thing, but like make it look like her arms phasing through some.
And then if we go on from the X-Men, let's go back to some Avengers. This is one that I would really like. I don't know if it's the right body for her, but we definitely need an updated Ms. Marvel, like the classic, I don't know, classic, but like the black and gold, kind of the Mighty Avengers, that type of look. And we only have, I guess there's two. There's the Toy Biz one that nobody wants, and then there's is it a 3-pack?
Okay.
Yeah.
The Warbird look? Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like $50 or more usually when I see her in the groups.
That one's from quite a while ago.
That's like a Toys R Us exclusive, I think. So definitely time to update that, or at least to put it out again. I mean, maybe that one could be on the Shriek body, but I don't think it should be on the Power Princess body. That seems too big.
Yeah, it's a little bulky.
Right. So, I don't know. I think, because she's, again, one of those flyers that would be cool to, like, get the arms back as she's, like, going into attack. But then I feel like she's a little bit buffer than a Black Widow, but also, I don't know. It's hard. Again, let us know in the comments.
Maybe if you were doing more of your Dark Avengers look.
Yeah, that could be true.
When Moonstone, because I feel like the way she was drawn in those comics was a little less bulky than traditional. So
true.
Then it rounds out your Dark Avengers team.
I do need that look too, and I think people would like, because they've never done that look either. So that would make sense to switch up the costume styles. So yeah. And then if we go kind of offshoot oddball, it seems like people, you were saying, Jordan, really like Hellcat as a character.
Yeah.
And again, it's one of those more agile, nimble type characters, acrobatic.
Yeah.
So, and we've gotten, she was in, what was that, the Kingpin wave, maybe? Or maybe Absorbing Man, something like that. One of those older ones. Yeah. So it's been a while since we've gotten her. I don't really see that figure in the groups very often. So I don't know if people like her and they're trying to hold on to her, or if it's just a rare character I don't think she's very expensive.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. Another one that you were hoping for, Jordan, is a Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, I think you could do, I don't know if you necessarily need or want it on like the classic costume, but I think in recent years she's gotten more of a redesign where there's less of like the big cape. It's more like kind of, maybe it's more inspired by the movie look. I don't know which one came first, but she doesn't have like a big billowy cape or anything, which would let you get away with maybe some more. I'm thinking more like if you're putting her on a flight stand.
Yeah.
You know, like she's doing some like, there you go, some kind of crouchy, throwing her arms around, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just because even now, I don't know though, maybe I'd want a classic looking one on that body, just because the way those are now, they're not super articulated, whether it's the Family Matters one or the retro, like you just can't really do much with posing.
True.
So, maybe, but
yeah, and I feel like as like she's progressed through the years, like if you had like the original when she's on the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, like she's not really doing anything too crazy. Like that one doesn't need the crazy articulation, but I feel like she's gotten a little bit more like theatrical with her spell casting.
I think as they've probably done more of the stuff in the movies too, so. I think that could be a cool one. At least I would, and that it could be a new costume they haven't done for her. So
I do think that cool. Like Yeah, with the ones that there are now, you're kind of you are limited because it's kind of like you're going to have like a levitating
Yeah.
effect, and you're going to have like maybe an outstretch, but it it, it just doesn't really give her.
Not very dynamic.
No, not
Kind of
really at all.
stale.
Especially with the cape and everything, trying to pose that with the heels too. Like if we could get away from those heels with her, I mean, I don't. You might need the heels, but those always just add an extra level of difficulty, and then make them back heavy with the cape. No chance of standing.
No cape.
Speaking of another caped character, though, at least I think this would be a caped character. It's been in the past. Is a Lady Sif. Again, the
Yeah.
last one was on a little bit bulkier body, but I don't think she's always drawn that way in the like bulkier style.
Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about the A-Force one?
Yes, the A-Force one.
I don't think she's that bulky, dude.
It's on the like Spider-Woman body. It's a little bit bigger.
I don't know.
I guarantee it. You go get her and compare her to your any other female character, unless it's Spider-Woman. Don't compare it to Spider-Woman because it'll be the same. But I think she's a little bit taller, a little thicker.
Yeah.
Check those buns.
Yeah.
Guarantee you the buns are bigger. All right. So then after Sif, I think the last one that we thought would be a good update that I think people actually do want a figure of is a comic-based Gamora. So again, kind of one of the more fighter type agile characters, I think. And we haven't ever gotten a comic Gamora, have we? Well, no, we did. That box set 5-pack of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm. But
so
again, that one was kind of a while ago, and she goes pretty high in the aftermarket. So might be time.
So, and I think we'd probably have to get one similar to that Gamora, unless they did a more updated version of her. Maybe the like white costume, but then that doesn't really. That seems like that would need to be more sculpted than the Black Widow mold could be. So it might be that kind of fishnetty type of Gamora. Isn't there like a even more skimpy Gamora that people were wanting that like is just never going to happen?
Probably.
Like very like Vampirella looking Gamora almost. Maybe that's Moondragon I'm thinking of, which she's also very. But anyway, I think Gamora could work. Guardians of the Galaxy are pretty popular right now. So you could get your comic fans and your movie fans to go for it. Because we do have the new comic-based Star-Lord now. We could get
like the retro one, you mean? Or the old school looking one?
Yeah, the Walmart exclusive one.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if we're talking getting a comic-based Guardians of the Galaxy, is the next HasLab going to be a Kaiju Groot? Like the first appearance.
I was going to say like retro looking Nebula.
I don't even know what Nebula looks like in the comics.
From like Infinity Gauntlet. She looks very much different than the than the new movies. But
I'll have some pictures in here for the other folks that are like me and don't know the classic Nebula. But I think that rounds out our list of 9 female figures that we would like to see on this updated body. What about you guys? What did we miss? Was there something where some of these figures you're like, there's absolutely no way that would work on the Black Widow body? I'm sure we missed something because there's enough women out there. I mean, but we tried to be like, who's gonna benefit from this? Because I don't think an invisible woman is not really. Does she need butterfly joints? Not really. So stuff like that, even like Emma Frost, like the articulation's kind of lost on them. So why waste our time trying to update those figures when there's more, like we said, ninja type characters like Psylocke?
Well, then you just wouldn't want to put in the tooling of or a nicer build when you could just use an older.
Right. So yeah, that's our list of 9. What do you guys think? Leave us a comment. Remember to be entering the giveaway. Go back to the HasLab prediction episode and make sure you're entering to win either the Spider-Man No Way Home 3-pack or the gold label McFarlane Batmobile and Batman. Until next time, stay strong.